video, we will be creating a professional Levi's commercial just using our phones and InVideo's online editor. I would be sharing the entire behind the scenes with you guys, so make sure you watch the video till the end. But with that, let's begin. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So last month, we asked our YouTube fam for recommendations on what kind of product commercial would you like for us to cover next. And well, you guys gave us some solid recommendations. But the one that caught our attention the most was this one right here. A product commercial video of a clothing brand. So we asked ourselves, what is that one clothing company that created memorable commercials? And the first thing that popped up in my head was Levi's. Well, personally, I have loved the tone and treatment they have given to their commercials over the years, so I had to give this a shot. So let's start with the most important part of the video, that's the concept and the story. So now for the actual storyline, I started out with a simple plot line of a girl who wakes up in the morning, puts on her favorite pair of Levi's jeans, and then just goes about her day being herself, dancing, grooving, hanging out with her friends, and the video ending with the key message of the brand, that is live in Levi's. Also, the music would play a really important role in communicating the entire tone and energy of the video. So I spent some time researching some music tracks that I would want to use for this video, and the song that I felt was the best fit for this video was the next step is creating a storyboard, for which I use an extremely easy app called Milanote. It enables me to use images and links as references to create flowcharts instead of drawing them out myself. We start off by a top-down shot of our model waking up. Then she wakes up, stretches, puts on her earphones and plays the following music, which I've provided the link below. Later she picks up a pair of Levi's jeans and puts them on. I've used a photo to give me reference on how I want the shot to look. Then she heads over to the mirror, gets ready with a steady frame. Later she heads to the kitchen, puts slices of bread in the toaster, pours a cup of coffee, and well, you guys get the gist. I will drop the link to Milanote board down below in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. Now with the storyline in place, it's time we move to the next stage, and that is planning the shoot. For me, this included 3 stages. First, finding and locking the locations where we'll be shooting. Second, finding the talent or the person who's going to be involved in the shoot. And third, making a time schedule for everyone. When it comes to the locations, I chose locations that were easy for me to access. Places like my room, kitchen, and a studio that I rented out just for $15. Now for the talent, I just convinced one of my friends who owned a pair of Levi's to come and shoot with us. This is the best part of having spent enough time on the research and conceptualization stage. Once you're sure about your storyline and the shots you want to take, it is extremely easy to work with non-actors or models, as then you can easily direct them and you don't have to spend a lot of money. Now for the shoot schedule itself, we were only going to be using natural light. So the shoot needed to start early in the morning and finish the first couple of shots. After that, by noon, we could head to the studio and later finish the rest of the shots. Now, although I explained this entire process in a couple of minutes, this did take a couple of days to iron out. So make sure you spend enough time on these stages to plan out everything perfectly. But with this, it's time to shoot. So the shoot begins early in the morning, 6:30 AM. So we're starting out with the first shot, and this is going to be a top-down shot of her just sleeping and waking up in the morning. We start off by taking some basic shots of her waking up and stretching, etc. Also keep in mind, for shooting this, I was using this small phone holder which looks something like this. This allows you to mount your phone on any kind of gorilla pods or tripods. So I was using a gorilla pod for this shoot, so I had mounted it on that for just adding that extra stability. Also, if you guys are wondering what mode I'm shooting in, I'm actually using the cinematic mode on the new iPhone 13 Pro Max. Also for the slow motion shots that we'll be taking, I'll be using 120 frames per second. Also, another advantage of shooting at sunrise or sunset is the fact that you get nice golden light. This is what we photographers call the golden hour. This is usually the first 1 hour of the sunrise, and you get some really beautiful looking shots during this time. So as we were not using any professional gear, we weren't going to be making use of any sliders, because I'm going to be teaching you guys a small hack on how to take panning shots just using your chair. We also filmed a part where she's putting on her AirPods and playing the Makiba track, because that's the main song of the entire video. So she plays it over there, and then the song carries on throughout the video. So guys, for the next couple of shots, we have created this mess over here of clothes. This is to create a little bit of a dramatic look, to give a foreground and a background element when she picks up the jeans. So we're going to take a couple of shots. Let's see how it goes. So guys, the next couple of shots are going to be her getting ready, and that's going to be in the washroom. So I'm going to be using a tripod, and I've mounted my phone on this. In the edit, we'll be creating jump cuts out of this, and it's going to be giving a really cool effect, which looks something like this. So I'm thinking of taping up my phone on the mirror, something like this, and I'm going to be having the model look in the camera and do the makeup and everything, making it look as if the mirror is the camera. So let's try it out, let's see how it looks. Okay, I've tried to place it as well as I can. Okay, so she is currently inside taking the shots. We can't physically be inside because we'll be visible through the mirror. So just waiting, and let's see how it turns out.
A few moments later.
Guys, let's see how the shots turned out. That looks nice, right?
Yeah.
That looks crazy. So we are done taking all the shots inside the room. Now we're headed to the kitchen for the next location. Over here, she's just going to be making some toast and pouring some black coffee, and we'll head out after that. So just some basic shots, nothing fancy. So with this guys, we are done shooting the entire kitchen scene. Now we are heading to the studio. We've booked it for 10:30, it's already 10, so we are pretty late. So I'll see you guys in the studio. So guys, we are here in the studio, starting out some shots. We're gonna start off with some makeup shots. So this is basically preparation before the model goes on set and starts shooting. I also made sure that I took some slow motion shots in the studio. This is what we call beauty shots. So I was shooting this entire thing in 120 frames per second, the slow motion mode on the iPhone. But with this, we were done with the entire studio section. Now it was time to head to the pool parlor where we would be taking the pool section. Her just hanging out with her friends and playing the game. And let me tell you one thing, our model was a real expert at this game. There were also quite a few tables available over there, but one particular table had yellow light on it. So I specifically chose that as yellow light looks more appealing on screen instead of white light. So they just gave a more dramatic and a more rusty kind of a look. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is something that is not related to the shoot, but a technique that you can use for your own videos. This is what we call composing your shots. So in order to make up for the quality, we need to compose our shots and the overall look of the video drastically improves. Now there are quite a few different techniques on how you can compose your shots, but let's talk about a few that I used for our commercial. Firstly, have a look at this particular shot. This is what we call center framing. This is when the subject of our frame is right in the center. This helps the viewer to focus straight on the subject and not get distracted. Another thing you would notice is a frame consisting of three major things: the two friends and our subject. This technique is called the rule of odds. This technique basically means that at any given point, your frame should have odd number of subjects for the viewer to focus on. This for some reason just gives a more appealing look than having an even number of subjects. Y'all can try it out for yourselves, or y'all can see references. You'll always see photographers or cinematographers having only odd number of subjects at a particular given time. But yeah, with this, I don't think I'm gonna be wasting any more time showing you guys the other BTS because we did similar things in the other locations. But now it's time to move to the section where all the magic will happen. This is what we call editing. So I'm gonna hop onto InVideo and I'm gonna be taking you guys through the entire editing process. Let's go. So guys, let's start off by first going to InVideo. I'm gonna be choosing a blank canvas as I wanna be creating the full video myself, not using any templates. Make a video. InVideo is gonna load up a timeline for me. Now just to save up some time, I've already uploaded all the footage that we require for today's edit right over here. Y'all can easily do this by clicking over here, the upload media button. So we're gonna start off by the waking up shots. So I'm just gonna scroll down and find the waking up shots. So here we go, I found the first shot that I wanna start off my video with. I'm gonna simply trim it down. Now this video is upside down, that's because we shot it in that format, but in the edit we can straighten it out. So I'm just gonna crop out the parts that I want. So I think still somewhere about here, looks good. And the clip is gonna be added to my timeline. Next thing I'm gonna do is actually rotate this clip. I think that's perfect. Now we could go to all scenes, create a new scene for the next scene. So here's the next shot that we need. So I'm gonna start it somewhere over here. Just gonna be cropping out the parts that I want to use. Now in a similar way, I'll just line up all the starting shots. So just to save up some time, so you guys enjoy the time lapse, I'll just go ahead and finish that. So after editing for a bit, the initial sequence is ready, which looks something like this right now. Just some basic shots of her waking up. I haven't added any sound effects yet. So the Makeba track starts somewhere around here. So before this, we need to have some kind of ambient sound or a little bit sound effect. We just can't have dead silence. So I'm simply going to be heading over to the music section on the left hand side panel. I'm going to be going to SFX and I'm going to be searching ambient. The first one only is morning and birds ambience. So let's play this. Let's give this a shot. I think that sounds great. So I'm just going to add the plus icon over here. The sound effect will be added to the timeline. I think that looks great. I think one thing that we could do is actually reduce the volume a little bit. I think it's really loud right now. So I'm just going to click on edit, volume and fade, and I'm going to be reducing the volume a little bit. I think now that looks really natural and nice. Similarly, I'm going to go ahead, add some more shots, and then we'll work on the sound again. So there we go, I have placed some shots ahead. Now obviously there's no music right now, so let's go ahead and add the music. I have already downloaded the music track I want to be adding. So there we go, I just double clicked on it and it's added to the timeline. We can start from this beat drop right over here. So now I'm going to be trying to time it exactly when she presses the play button, so it looks like she's playing the music and the soundtrack doesn't just randomly come up. The next technique that I'm going to be doing is actually called editing on the beat. This is when the visual cuts of the video match with the song. Now a simple way to do this is actually zooming in on the timeline. So I'm just going to take this slider, I'm going to zoom in quite a bit. And now if you look at the audio track, you will see a couple of spikes. Those are nothing but when the song hits the bass. So let me just show you an example. Now what you actually want to try to do is get every single cut on one of these spikes. This will just automatically up your visual game. So let me show you how. So I'm going to be having the first cut over here. So just making minor adjustments. Next one over here. So I'm going to be trimming this out. Something like that. Actually look at the wavelengths of the audio and try to match your cuts right over there. This is a very simple technique, so make sure you make use of it. I'm going to be putting some more shots on the timeline on the beat and then I'll show you guys how it looks. So after editing a little bit further, this is what the video looks like so far. So as y'all can see, all the cuts are on the beat and this is the entire studio part where she's going to be grooving, dancing, just having a shoot done. So we are just going to be giving it some glitch effects, trying to make it look better. So the first thing I've done is actually went to YouTube and downloaded this video of glitch overlays. Y'all can easily just search glitch or glitch overlay and y'all will find multiple videos on YouTube. So let's go ahead and create a blank scene. I'm going to double click on this. So it looks something like this. So I'm just going to take the very start of the video, take a small piece of it. We don't want it to be too long. Yeah, I think that's enough. Let's do add. I'm going to resize it so it fills the entire screen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, add another blank scene. Add the next shot that I want to be using for this. I think this particular shot should look good. It's a slow motion shot, so it's a beauty shot. I think this part right over here looks really cool. So I'm going to trim it down. So after playing this back, this should look something like this. So as you all can see, at every beat there's a little bit of a glitch effect and then the next shot comes, so I think it looks really nice. After rendering, this would be a little bit more smoother. Also another thing that I think I could do is actually select this clip, go to adjust colors here on top. This is where you can color grade your footage, and over here I have an option for saturation, so I'm just gonna pull it down. This will turn my clip black and white. I think that should look really nice. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. So you all can get creative with this. I'll just make a couple of more similar shots and then show you guys how. So far, just using the glitch effect and turning some clips black and white, we have created some really cool effects, something like this. For this particular shot, I use the collage feature on the left hand side corner. It is extremely easy to use. You all can try it out for yourself. But after this shot, I want to try something new altogether. So for the next scene, I want to create something a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead, use the same glitch effect. I'm going to trim out a little piece of it. I'm going to add it to the timeline. I'm going to choose the next clip that I want to add. I think this one looks really nice. Highlights the jeans. I'm gonna go add. So now y'all can see that the clip is not full screen, and I'm not gonna be making it full screen. I'm gonna leave it like this with the glitch effect in the background. I think it can easily give a really cool looking effect. Another thing I can do is probably turn this clip into black and white. So let's have a look on how this effect looks. Wow, I think that looks really nice, really creative. And similarly, I'm gonna go ahead, edit a little bit further, and I'll see you guys after that. So guys, with this I have majorly covered all the techniques that I've used for this particular edit. So I'm not gonna be actually sharing the next editing process. Just one last thing that's left to give you that cinematic look, that's color grading. So we will color grade one clip together, and then I think you all will get the gist, and then you all can enjoy the final product. So let's go ahead and edit this particular clip over here, the first clip over here. Now I can click on it, go to adjust colors here on top. I have a bunch of options to play around with here. So if I want to play with the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, everything one by one. So let me just play around a little bit. We don't need sharpness because phone footage is already pretty sharp. We have a bunch of filters as well. This particular filter over here, this looks extremely nice. I can mess with the intensity of it, how much do I want it. So color grading is a very simple way through which you can make your phone footage also look extremely professional. So you all can see with this particular filter over here, with some minor adjustments, I can make this look as if it's straight out of a Hollywood movie. Okay, that's a little too far, but you all get the point. It's extremely nice and it does look cinematic, trust me. Another thing to make it look more cinematic is actually add a cinema scope. I've spoken about this before. These are basically the black bars on top and bottom of the video. So I can just download a PNG file. You can easily find this on Google, and I can resize it, and wow, that looks insane. Now similarly, I'm gonna do this to all the clips and edit the entire video, but you guys don't need to sit with me through the entire process, as I have explained the major tips. If you guys have any questions about the editing, feel free to drop a comment and ask me. I would love to answer your doubts. But with this, it's time I show you guys the final output. So here it is.
I wanna feel oppressed without any rest. I wanna see you sing, I wanna see you fight, 'cause you are the real beauty of human rights. Ooh, my mom makes my body dance for you. Ooh, my mom, my bella. Gotta get a ooh, my mom makes my body dance for you.
Let me know in the comments below how you like the final product. According to me, it is extremely insane, as we just did this on phone without any lighting, without any professional equipment. So I think we did a great job. But with this, we come to an end for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our other videos from the same series where I teach you guys how to create a cinematic unboxing video. But with this is Virag with InVideo, and I'll see you guys in the next one.